So good evening and welcome to Monday evening's Freestyle Fitness Yoga. You may want a band and you may want a block or two for the end one. You might not, it's up to you, but if they're there at least you know you've got them. So we're bringing ourselves to our mat. We're making sure that we've got nothing around us that we can kick over or fall on top of us. And we also make sure again that this is for people who haven't got high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, slip discs, anything like that. If you have got any of those and you come to my class regularly, then please just adapt this and make sure that you feel okay. Even if you haven't got any of these, any of them problems, if you still feel sick, hot, or something doesn't feel right at any time, then please stop. So we're bringing ourselves into cross legs. So again, if you need to, you can always put something under your bum so that your hips are falling forward. We're bringing the shoulders back and down. We're tucking the chin in. We're pulling in our pelvic floor and our abdominals. And we're going to breathe in and lift our arms up. And breathe out through the nose, bringing our arms down. And we're just bringing ourselves to the mat. We're just getting rid of everything that we need to do, everything that's got to be done, everything that we think needs to be done. For the next hour, there's nothing you can do but just think about yourself. There's nothing wrong with 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day thinking about yourself. Just thinking about how good it is that every morning you wake up, that you've got a roof over your head, that you've got food to eat, clothes to wear, people that love you, people for you to love. And we're going to do 2 more. 2 more in and 2 more out. And then we're going to bring it back to normal. So we're going to bring our hands into Adi Mudra. So we're bringing our thumbs on the inside and we're wrapping our fingers around our thumbs and we're placing them down on our lap. So we're thinking about our upper clavicle breathing. We're just going to breathe out and bring our chin down to the side and we're just rolling it to the side and rolling it to the other side. But this is a very small breath. So try and pull in the pelvic floor, pull in the abdominals, and just breathing into the top of the lungs. Moving the head slowly and gently, side to side. Just feeling the movement through the neck. All them little muscles, ligaments, everything working. Not just in the neck, it should be down the shoulders, into the face, the ears, underneath the shoulder blades. And we're going to do 1 more across, and then we're bringing it back to centre, and we're bringing it back up. So we're going to do the same thing going backwards. We're going to lift the chin up, pull all our stomach muscles, our abdominals in, and just letting the head roll side to side, as if we're just looking at something up at the ceiling. But again, if you want, close your eyes. Just think about feeling it, not just at the front of the neck, but through the front of the chest, down through the arms, into the fingers. You've got all these ligaments that hold your neck and your head to your body. There shouldn't be any strain at the front of the neck. There shouldn't be any pain at the back of the neck. If there is, just bring the chin slightly forward. And again, we're bringing it one more to the side. We're bringing it back to centre, and we're bringing it back down again. So we're going to change our legs. So we're going to sequence forward, side, side, twist, twist, back. Okay? So here we go. So we're breathing in, we're lifting the arms up, and we're breathing out to reach forward, letting the head drop down. Pushing the bum towards the floor, so lifting them elbows off the floor to push the body back so that you feel the stretch into the thighs, into the legs. Then we're going to breathe in and lift up. Taking one hand down, we're breathing out to reach over to the other side. Breathe in, fill the lungs in the top. Breathe out, let the body relax. On the next breath in, lift the arm. Breathing out, taking it over the other side. Breathe in, stretch, lifting the body. Breathe out, let the body relax down. And with the next breath in, we're lifting both arms. And as we breathe out, we're turning around, looking over the back shoulder. We're breathing in, we're stretching up. We're breathing out, we're letting ourselves be pulled round. On the breath in, we're lifting the arms. On the other breath out, we're turning and looking round the other side. Breathe in as if we're being pulled up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, use the hands on the leg to twist that little bit more. As we're breathing in, we're bringing the hands behind us, we're stretching the chest forward, looking back. Breathe out, relax. One more breath in, stretch up, and breathe out. Bring yourself back to centre. So let's try the other side. So changing them legs. I'll do it from the side this time. So here we go. Breathing in. Breathe out. Reach forward. Push the hands to push back. Breathing in, we're breathing right away from the bottom of the spine. We're breathing out, we're letting our body drop, but still lifting them arms. The next breath in, lift up. Breathe out, reach over to the side. Breathe into that top lung. Breathe out, let the body see if it can go a little bit further. Breathing in, we're lifting. And breathing out, over to the other side. Breathe in from the bottom of the waist, stretching. Breathe out, relaxing. Breathing in, lift. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, lift up. Stretch up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, use the hand to try and push round a little bit more. Next breath in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, we're going around the other side. Breathing in, we're stretching up. Breathing out, we're pushing. Breathing in, taking the arms behind, stretching back. Push the knees down. Breathing out, relax. One more breath in, stretch. And breathe out. Bring the hands back down to centre. So take that front leg out. Let's bring ourselves up onto our hands and knees. So 4 cats and cow. Cat, cow, cat, cow, cat, cow, cat, cow. And then we're going to go into extension with the legs, and we'll do 2 on each side. So here we go. Breathing out into cat. Breathe in to cow. Breathing out. Feeling that spine moving. Breathing in. 2 more on your own. And our last one before we go into our extension. So from here we're going into extension. Breathing out, bend the elbows. Breathe in, lift back up to tabletop. Breathe out into cat, but lift the leg. Breathe in to cow with a lifted tail. Breathe out to cat. Squeeze up. Breathe in to cow. Breathe out. Drop the chin. Breathe in. Back up. Breathe out to cat with a tuck. And breathe in to cow with a tail. 1 more on each side. And bring it down, push the child, turn them palms over, let the head relax. Bring yourself back up. Let's go into shoulder sweeps. Reach the hands out, breathe out, reaching down to the bottom, breathe in, lifting up and over. 2, 3 more. Breathing out, breathing in. Working that waist, working them shoulders. And our last one on this side. Bringing the hand back underneath. Have a think, how do I feel? Do I feel light on one side? Let's do the other side. Breathing out. Two more. And our last one. And bringing it down. So let's bring it into our feet. I'm just moving up slightly. So we're taking our foot out and pushing the heel away to give that leg a nice stretch. Then we're going to bring it in, take it around and relax back. Lift it up, take it out, take it away. Pull it in, relax back. And this is working them hips, working the calf, working the heel, the knees and the ankles. The third one. And we're going to do one more on this side. And bringing the knee back under. Let's try the other side. So taking the foot out onto the tiptoe, push it away. Stretch them toes, stretch the calves, stretch the back of the knees. Lifting it in, reversing it round. Stretching the front of the knees, the ankles, the hips. Bringing it out, pushing away, breathing out. Breathing in. This is our third one. And our last one. And bring it back underneath. So we're going to work the inside of the thigh. So we're taking the foot out to the side. We're placing the foot flat down on the floor. That way. So the outside edge of the foot is going down on the floor. From here, we're walking the hands forward slightly, lifting the chin, pushing the bum back and trying to bring the chest down to the floor. But push the outside edge of the foot down. Make sure we're not letting it roll in. We're trying to lift that knee as well. And then we're going to bring it back in. I meant to do that with the other one, but I forgot. Never mind. So take it out. Stretch it down through the outside. Walk the hands forward. Keeping the bum in the air, drop the chest towards the floor. Lifting the elbows off, don't let them drop down. Don't let the outside edge of the foot roll in. Keep lifting it up. Feel that stretch through the shoulders, through the inner legs and the outside edge of the foot as well. Let's walk the hands back in and let's do one more on the other side. So taking the foot out, make sure it's pushing down, walk the hands forward, drop the chest, keep lifting them elbows. And walk the hands back in again. Last side. walking the hands out, dropping the chest, pushing the outside edge of the foot down, lifting the elbows up, letting the body melt down. Doesn't matter if you don't go anywhere. You'll feel this straight away into the shoulders no matter where you are. And then let's bring ourselves back up. So we're bringing ourselves up to standing, so tucking our toes, lift ourselves up, give our legs a little walk. If you want, you can push one knee and push your body in towards your leg. And then doing it with the other side, pushing towards the leg. And this will just again releases them hips, releases that leg. And then we can step or walk or jump the foot in, bend the knees, lift up, reach back, bring ourselves down. So we're going to go into sun salutation. You bring yourself to the front. Let's take our 5 breaths, feet together or feet in line with the hips, whatever's easier for you. Engage your toes, make sure you're pushing down your thighs. You're bringing your pelvic floor in, your abdominals, bringing your shoulders back and down. If you want, bring your hands together in prayer. Close your eyes if you can. Think about what you want. So we're going to breathe in, lifting up, reaching back. As we breathe out, we bring our hands down to our feet. If we have to bend our knees, we bend our knees, but we're going into a full forward bend. We're going to breathe in and lift up into a half bend. Nice straight back, pushing the bum back as if someone's pulling their head forward. Take the hands down. We'll go into spring back or step back to down dog. We're coming up onto the tiptoes, pushing the belly in and coming forward into plank. Coming down and lifting up into up facing dog. And then back to down dog. Bend the knees, look forward and breathe out as you bring it back to a forward bend. Bend the knees, breathe in, lift up. Let's go again. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Let's do one more. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Bring them hands down. Have a breather. Good. It's supposed to warm you up. That's the idea of it. So we're going to go into our flow. I'm keeping the camera down by my feet because I'll be down there soon anyway. Sally's moving it up and down. So we're going into chair, twisted chair, stepping back to twisted triangle, a side, twisted side angle, into twisted side angle, into twisted V, into standing splits, into side plank. Okay? So, I'm going to start with my left. You can start whichever way, just that I'm facing you that way. So we're bringing our hands into prayer. We're tilting our pelvis back. We're sitting down into our imaginary chair. Neck nice and long and tucked in. Working them bum muscles, pushing back. We're bringing the right elbow towards the left knee and pushing to look up. If you need to, you can always have a block if your hand doesn't reach the floor. Place the hand down. You can lift the other one up in the air. If it's the left hand on the right hand on the floor, it's the right foot that's also going backwards. And we're dropping the hip. We're pushing down into the thighs. From here, we're going to step that back foot in, place it down, straighten the front leg and twist back into a triangle pose. As if someone's pulling back. We're then going to bring the top hand down and we're going into an inverted V shape. So we're trying to get our chin to come past our knee. And we're imagining someone's pulling our hip, our right hip backwards. So it feels like it's really being pulled back into it. From here, we're bringing our weight onto our front foot, having our head down, and we're lifting the foot, the back foot, right foot in the air. We're stepping it down onto our tiptoe. Now the left foot is the foot that's going to come over the top and we're going to roll into side plank. Good. We're rolling back into down dog. We're coming forward and down into cobra and then we're going back to our down dog. We're bending the knees and we're jumping back in. And then sitting down into our chair. So let's do the other side. So turning towards the right, looking up. Use that leg to push. Use them hands to push. Open out. Remember, you can drop that hand behind the back if you prefer. If the left hand's on the floor, the left foot goes back. We're dropping the hips down. We're stepping that back foot to flat and straightening the front leg. Again, trying to twist, trying to feel as if someone's pulling the left hip back. Bring that top hand down. Bring it into an inverted V shape. Keep that right even between the 2 feet. Then we're bringing the weight to the front foot and lifting the back leg off. We're stepping the foot down. We're stepping that foot between our hands over and reverse it to side plank. We're coming back into down dog. Coming forward and down and up into cobra. And back to down dog. And then in. But from here we're bending the knees. We're lifting into our chair pose. We're not going all the way up. Okay, here we go again. Push into the side. Breathe in to open them arms out. Step back. And as you're breathing in, twist up, let the hips drop. As you breathe out, you're pushing down into the leg. Again, breathe in to stretch that arm up to the ceiling. Breathe out as you're coming down into the V. Breathe in as you're lifting the leg up in the air. And breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in and push back. Breathe out here. Breathe in to lift and come forward. Breathe out to come back. Breathe in and breathe out. Here we go. To the side. Open up. Stepping back and twisting. Stepping the foot in, twist back a bit more. Drop the hand, drop the head. Step in and lift up. Take the foot back, step back. One more time. And our last ones. Remember, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong. I made it up. So if you want to ad-lib, please feel free. If it looks good, send it to me. And then at least I don't have to think up another one. I can just nick yours. And from here, we're reaching up, stretching back, and breathing out, bringing it down. Lovely. So I'm going to change the camera position to up on top. Up. Don't know where that came from. Okay. So for this one, we're going into big toe balance. You may need a band. I'm going to use one for the first one. And if you want to, have a wall or a chair or something so that you can get your balance, if your balance is feeling a bit off. Don't use your fire if it's attached to the wall, in case you drag that off. yeah, the wall, much better. So, we're stepping our foot into our band. We're trying to get as close as to our foot as possible. Hold on to your wall, stretch the foot out. It should be in line with your hips. So you're holding it here, shoulders back. If you can let go, you can bring the arm up, or you can bring it out in line. It's just that I'm by a wall, so I can't take it that way. Hold it here, pull the stomach muscles in. Pull the shoulders back, pull the pelvic floor in, pull the abdominal muscles in. And then we're going to bend the knee and we're going to change sides. So again, I'll change this way actually. Bringing it in. Grabbing it as close to the foot as possible. Find your spot on the floor. Push the foot out, shoulders back. You can bring the hands out and place them as if you're against the wall. try and straighten the leg that you're holding. But the leg you're standing on, make sure that the muscles are pulled in, but the knee's still relaxed. Pull them pelvic floor in, pull that abdominal muscle in. And then we're changing it, bringing it down. So with this one, we're going to move the leg out. So again, I'm going to hold onto the wall this way. We're again bringing it up, grabbing hold of the foot, pushing it out, but then we're going to bring it out to the side. And we're going to look in the opposite direction. We're bringing it back to centre and we're bending the knee, bringing it down. Let's try the other side. So again, hooking it into our foot, grabbing it as close as we can, pushing out as if we're pushing against the wall, or push against the wall is up to you. Take it out to the side, look away from the foot. Bringing it back and relax it. Give your legs a little shake. Where am I going into? So, I'm going to take us into down dog and I'm going to drop the camera again because I want you to see my shoulders rather than my feet, but I'm going to be upside down. So we're going to take it from here. We're taking it down. And we're stepping back to down dog. So I'll leave you there while I'm just turning the camera around to the other side. Now I'm going to turn in this direction because like I said, it's just my shoulders I want you to see rather than anything else. So from down dog, if you want, you can always just come down into this position while you're watching. Now, I'm going to get you to do shoulder shrug. So, with your fingers are going and you're pushing down. So there should be an arch underneath the fingers because you're pushing with the fingers. You're kind of doing that. So that you're not using the fingers too much. You're lifting up, pushing back, but then you're going up and down with the shoulders. The next one I'm going to get you to do is to pull the shoulders apart and squeeze them together. So pulling them apart and squeezing together. And you'll feel the difference between it. So you're going to go up and down. And you're squeezing and apart. Squeezing and apart. Have a go. Go on, I can have a look then. Oh, you're in silhouette. Yeah, that looks okay. That's up and down. Okay, I can see the movement through this area. So then if you need to, like I said, have a rest in between. But we're going to go back up again. And now you're going to try and do the curling back. So it's like pushing your chest forward, but you're trying to really pull them shoulders towards each other. And then you're going to pull your chest back. So it's as if you're pulling your shoulder blades at the front. You're trying to bring your shoulder blades at the front together. You're rolling the shoulder blades together and you're pushing your chest forward and rolling back. Lovely. Give your hands a shake if you need to. So we're going to take it into plank. Now you can do plank with your knees down as well. So you don't have to do the full one, but I need your hands up. Most of the time I will tell you can do your elbows if you want. But because we're finishing with crow, which means we're on our fingers, I want you on your fingers. So otherwise your body will be thinking, well, at the end one, what are you doing? How dare you do that to me? So with plank, again with the fingers, make sure that you're making an arch with them. You're bringing your shoulders over. You can stay here with your knees on the floor. So you don't have to go to the full one. If you want, you can tuck the toes. You can maybe try one foot and hold it there, squeezing that stomach in. Pull the shoulders back. But again, I'm going to try and get you to move up and down just a little bit, pulling the shoulders backwards and forwards like you've just been doing. So holding it backwards and forwards, just trying to drop the chin or drop the chest, but then push up. And then have a little rest. Because I'm going to get you to do the same thing, but we're going to bring our shoulders up and down. And again, having our fingers in the same position. So with this one, again, the body's over, but you're pulling the shoulders back and forward. And again, you can do it with the knees down. You can do it with one knee down. You can do it with 2 feet up. So the shoulders are moving backwards and forwards, but the body stays exactly where it is. And bring it down, push back, turn them palms over. We're going to slide ourselves along the floor. And we're going to take it into cobra, but we're going to come in and out. You can stay, if you want, in Sphinx. So you can have the elbows underneath, and you can still just do the same movement we were just doing. If you want to make it harder, we're going to take it into cobra. So we're taking the hands underneath the shoulders. We're rolling the shoulders back. We're pulling the elbows in towards us. We're going to breathe in and lift. And breathe out, bringing it back down. So we're breathing in. We're breathing out. We're going to do 8 more. Working with the breath. This is number 5. Six. 7. 8. 9. And our last one. 10. And relax down. Turn the palms of your hands up. Let your head just relax down. We're going to take our hands under our shoulders, push back onto our knees, tuck our toes, and then from here we're going to jump our feet to the outside of our hands. That's it, lush. So we're into squat position. Now if you can, you see if you can take your feet slightly wider, that you can get them flat down. If you can't, then they can stay up on your tiptoes, that's fine. You're using your elbows to push in, and you're bringing your hands together in prayer, and you're letting your bum drop down. So you're just holding it here. Now squeeze your knees into your arms and push your arms against your knees. So again, we're doing that yin and yang. Now there's nothing much you can do here but just sit. You can, if you want, just kind of move backwards and side to side. That's about the only thing you can do. And from there, we're going to take the hands down. We're going to drop our hands and we're going to go into a straight. So we're lifting our toes, turning our heels out, placing them flat down, pushing back into a standing forward, then wide-legged. Just hold it here. So we're going to look forward. We're going to lift our toes, our heels up, turn our heels in, again drop ourselves down into our squat. And again, if you want to, you can move. Trying to sit yourself up as high as possible. This is a great position for the body to be in. If you've got anything trapped, so any it helps everything to flow perfectly out in this position. It lets the spine drop down, so there's no pressure on the spine. The spine's kind of hanging in space, so it feels a bit sort of like it's against gravity. It's just dropping down, but it isn't going down too far. The thighs, the hips, everything is starting to work in this position as well. So again, we're going to take ourselves out one more time. We're going to take our hands down. We're going to lift our toes, bring them forward, let our body drop forward. So we're looking forward. We're going to step our feet a little bit wider, but again, we're going up onto our tiptoes, turning them in, bringing it down. But this time we're trying to bring our hands underneath and get our shoulders as close underneath, as close up as we can, so that we can sit down and we'll feel our feet come up. Now, if that doesn't work so well, try a couple of blocks. Have them at the back, put your hands onto the block. Again, you're trying to wiggle your shoulders underneath. And again, you're just sitting back and letting them up. You may drop down and fall onto the floor. You won't fall very far. Lovely. Let's try one more. The second time is always the better one. So you're trying to get yourself underneath, trying to wiggle and get your hands in. I'll do it sideways. Wiggle your hands in, your shoulders underneath, dropping down, and then lifting off. And as I said, if you go down, it's not that far. Good on you anyway for having a go. So we need to now stretch out our arms because we've done a lot of exercise for them. So we're going to do one called shoestring, and this is where we bring the arms underneath and we lie on top of them. So if we bring ourselves onto our knees and you're bringing your elbows down and your palms are facing up, then you're going to lower your belly down onto the floor and you're going to slide one hand in one direction, one hand in the other, and let your head drop down. Now you'll feel the shoulder blades at the back open, and this is where I want you to breathe into. So breathe right into the top of the shoulder blades. We're going to lift our head and we're going to bring our top elbow in first and then our bottom elbow in, and we're going to swap them around. So we're going to bring the top elbow underneath, and again we're going to push the top elbow out first, then the bottom elbow, and again let our head drop down. Breathe into that upper shoulder. Which shoulder do you feel it in more so? And again, we're lifting the head. We're bringing in the top elbow first and then the bottom elbow. And we're going to do one more where we swap them over. So this time again, I want you to think about where you can feel it, where you're breathing into. Stretch them out. Imagine a pair of shoestrings going in opposite direction. They may go a little bit further this time. And imagine like when you're at an optician's and they go, is this better? Is this better? Is this better? That's what we're kind of doing with our arms. We're seeing which one feels better. Where do we feel it? Remember to focus the air in between the shoulder blades. And we're lifting the head, top elbow first, then the bottom one. And let's bring that top elbow under, and let's do our last one. And lift the head, elbow at the top in, then roll over onto your back. You can have the feet up, or you can have them lying down, it's up to you. If they're up, you may find it better to bring the knees together, but turn the palms over, let the shoulders roll back. Tuck the chin in. If you need to, stick a pillow or anything underneath your head. I want you just to think about how your body's feeling. So thinking about the feet. If you want, give them a little squeeze as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out. Relax them. Then think about the knees, how they're feeling. Then bring the thoughts to the hips, the lower back, pelvic area. How's that feeling? Starting at the bottom of the spine, try to think about working your way up through the coccyx, the tailbone, the areas that's just by the hips. The area between the hips and the rib cage. Following the spine up through the rib cage to the shoulders. How do the shoulders feel? And what about them elbows? How does the wrist feel? And the bone in the thumb, the knuckles, the bones of the fingers. Back to our spine and our neck, as it runs up the back of the neck towards the skull. How does the skull feel? We come over the top of the skull. What about the nose bone and the eye bones? What about the cheekbone? The bones around the ears? What about the bone that runs into the nose? The jawbone. Then go to your breathing. Don't change it. Just how are you naturally breathing? Where does it naturally want to come into? There's no wrong, there's no right way, so don't think, oh, I've got to breathe here. No. Just examine your breath. Just ask, how does it feel? Can you feel your heartbeat? You're very silent. Can you feel it boom, boom, or a sensation of it? Can you feel your stomach? Can you feel the bowels moving and shifting? And again, go back to the breathing. As you breathe in, imagine the air going from the lungs and spreading out from the middle of the body, out through the arms, into the neck, down the chest, into the stomach, the legs. Breathe it all the way down to the toes. And as you breathe out, feel that pull of everything coming back up from the toes, through the legs, from the fingers up the arms, from the head down the neck, all the way into the centre, into them lungs, and breathing out. Letting the body relax. If any thoughts come to the head, what you're doing, if you want to label them, are the past or future, unless it's anything about right now. And just examine it and just allow it, acknowledge it.